Kyle, and today is a very quick video on how to make a war machine. Now, I have done this video before when I was doing my Wakanda Wednesdays, but I found a very cool way to make a pretty cool armored up war machine. Not exactly accurate to endgame, I'll get into that reason in a minute. It's going to be a fairly short video. Do want to say subscribe, drop a like if you haven't. Without further ado, let's get into this. Okay, so the first change I did, if you guys want to follow along, is I just took the actual body of War Machine from Civil War. This is the actual Civil War torso and legs. The only change I did to this was I changed the arms to be a little bit more lighter gray or gunmetal gray, and I just think that brings out a lot better than what they originally had. I'm also using the helmet from the Endgame War Machine, because I think that looks a little bit more accurate to what they helmet, at least actually helmet-wise and not color-wise, because the actual suit was an Iron Patriot-like suit. I also took the armor from the Space Explorer guy, see it has that little symbol, and just added some orange little flame pieces to represent some boosters on the back, as we know a lot of the big suits do have to support themselves. And even though you still have that symbol, you could use the eraser method or just paint that over, but I'm just going to leave it because it kind of looks cool, because Rhodey's suits normally do have a lot of symbols on them. But it doesn't really matter what torso you use of War Machine. It could just be a black torso, because the actual printing sadly is going to get covered up by this thing, this chest plate. But I do like it because you have this fin that comes up surrounding it in the back, so the head is kind of embedded, and that's very accurate. It's got that hole in the back, which I'll show you in a minute. But just to make things a little bit more accurate, I'm going to take a little red disc, put that on, so it's like the big arc reactor, just so you can get little feel for that it's like an Iron Man suit, almost kind of like the submarine suit. So then you're going to want to lock this thing, because as you saw before, it just slid off, in with the head from Endgame, because I do like that heads up display. So that's what it's going to look like so far, and then you can just put the helmet right on, and right off the bat, I think that looks like a pretty cool beefed up War Machine, even though it was a little bit taller, and even though the colors just might match not that good, I still think it looks pretty cool. You can also take some orange or red, whatever color you want to use for the actual boosters, if you want to have them flying. I personally like using these cylinder pieces just because the actual blast pieces aren't that appealing to me for some reason. And yeah, so I think that looks pretty cool. Also, I mentioned the stud on the back. What I did was added a giant gun on the back of them, just to make them look a little cool, by clipping literally just this Batman grappling hook piece on the back and shoving an axle in with a little axle Technic pin or hole with it at the end to make looks like some cool detail, and I just stuck that on the back of him because I think that made for a really cool look right there. I really like how that looks. I also did take a binocular piece and put it on the hand of him, because it kind of looks like he could be firing. I've seen a lot of people do that. I'll show you what that looks like, because Rhodey, especially in this big suit that he has in Endgame, does have a lot of suits with the actual gun built into the hands or right above them. And then I took a clear piece and a trans orange rod to represent him shooting. And this is actually the version of him that I have in my Endgame mock, so he's shooting that big laser beam. And yeah, so I think that makes for a pretty cool War Machine. So here's just an overview of him. Like I said, besides the actual print on the shoulder pad for using this armor piece, I think otherwise it looks pretty good. I do want to point out that this pinned on the back is a little wobbly, so you gotta be careful. I just think it makes for a cool display piece. You can also find this in blue, this chest plate, if you want to make an actual in-game final battle accurate War Machine. Definitely go check out my friend at LEGO Ninja Customs. He has some Avengers Endgame Customs, Quantum suit. You can also find this in white if you wanted to make a cool Quantum suit. So definitely go check him out and subscribe. And let's wrap up this video. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you found this helpful. Let me know in the comment section down below if you actually plan on using this design, if you have the pieces, because I'd really like to know. Also, let me know if you liked it and if what you think could be improved or what I should add. Definitely make sure to stick around for my final video upload for this week, which will be a set review, so definitely be on the lookout for that. And yeah, so remember, you can never have too much bricks, and keep building, you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.